guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be the second part of making the pierogies. The first part you can watch on my channel. That's to make the filling for inside the pierogies. But today we're just focusing on making the dough and then putting the filling in since it is cold. It is the second day after I made the filling. I will have everything in the description as far as how much you need. I will be making 50-60 pierogies. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is to sift this flour. It's an all-purpose flour. I like the King Authored. That's the one that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to just sift it and put it into here. And you want to sift it so that way that dough will be airy, so it sticks together. I found that the pierogies don't come apart when boiling them by using this recipe. And it's very simple. It's literally just flour, oil, hot water, cold water, and salt. And the pierogies come out great. So I'm gonna keep sifting and I will see you right back. Okay, now I have the flour sifted already, so now I'm going to add the salt and I'm going to sift it as well. And I use the pink salt. You can use any kind of salt. I just have the pink Himalayan salt. So now that I'm done with that, now the recipe does call for hot water as well as cold water, but you want to use the hot water first. So that's what I'm going to do. I already have it boiling here. And this comes out to be 1.5 cups. So I'll let that be combined. And as you see, it's starting to crumble a little bit. This looks good. So now I'm going to cover it with a cloth. I'm just going to use this breathable cloth and I will see you guys in 5 minutes. All right, so it's been 5 minutes. Let's take a look. Nothing's really changing. We're just gonna put this back on and now we're going to add the cold water. This is 1/2 cup that I'm going to add to this. There we go. So now I'm adding the cold water to the dough. We're going to cover it again. And this time we need to cover it for 15 minutes. All right, 15 minutes is up and we're going to switch the hook to a dough hook to do the kneading. So guys, we are ready to knead the dough. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of oil and we're going to start kneading. So we're probably going to have to hand knead as well, which I already have an area prepared for that. Already starting to form. So just gonna move the dough from the sides. And you don't have to use the KitchenAid mixer. You can do it by hand from the start. I'm just doing it so it could do a little bit of the hard work for me. And I'll just finish it up of putting it all together. Okay. So as you see here, it is starting to form. Just feel like I will need a little bit more water for the dough. I'm going to add little by little another 1/2 cup. Now it's time to knead the dough by hand. So we have to knead it to the point of smooth texture. Get your elbow grease and start kneading. This process will take about 5 to 10 minutes. All right, guys, this is it. It's nice and smooth consistency. That's what we wanted. So I had to work out all the grainy texture that you would have in the beginning. Since I'm making a double batch, I'm going to split it actually. And we're gonna start rolling it out. So the dough is ready for cutting. I just take a cup and I'm going to make the circles in it. So we have more to roll out in a moment. Here is the filling that I already prepared. So I'm going to take just a small portion of it and I'll show you in just a moment here. So you're going to take and start making it a little bit thinner. So just stretching it out like so. So you see the dough is not breaking, which is great. I'm just basically pinching it at the ends, pulling it ever so slightly to make it bigger. Don't be deceived that they're small or you need to make them bigger, because they will become bigger. Then I take a little bit of the filling, start putting it in here, just enough so that I could have both ends to close. Oh, my teen is back from school. Give me one moment, I'll be right back. Okay, and then I'm going to push it down with my finger. You wanna say hi? No? Okay. My teen is shy. You see, you want to push it. You don't want the filling to touch the edges, because if you do that, then the oil, since we sauteed them, will get on it and then it won't close. And then it will basically fall apart inside the pot when we boil it. So now I'm just squeezing it to close everything up for the filling. And there's a pierogi. You can add the designs. This is completely optional. With the fork, with the tips of it, just seal it. And there you have a pierogi. I'm going to do the rest of those and I'll be right back. Are any of you guys from Poland or traveled to Poland? Comment down below. I'd like to know if you've ever eaten these before or if your family has made them. That would be neat to see. So I don't know if this is specifically a recipe from my family or does everybody do it in that region. That I'm not 100% sure, but it'll be awesome to know if you've ever tried these. I grew up in Poland till I was about 9 years old, and then we moved to the States. But my parents made sure that I still kept with the traditions and speak the language and read and write. So I thank them for that, because now that's something that I can share with the next generations. And hopefully they'll keep up the traditions and keep going. But if not, at least they'll have these videos to refer back to when I made them, in case they forget. Some other dishes that we do are bigos, which is like a hunter stew. We put kielbasa in it and bacon and beef roast. I can make a video on that too. You guys just gotta let me know if these type of videos are of interest to you. But I'll definitely be more than happy to share them with you if you'd like. Also leave a comment. I would like to know what traditions you have for your family, wherever you're from, and what kind of foods you guys do for Christmas. That's one thing about me. I love trying all different kinds of food. So whenever we go out, we try to hit up places that we've never tried before. I love different cuisines. And then what I try to do also is to recreate them at home. If it's something that I like, I try to get the ingredients if I can, especially from different countries, if they sell them here in markets, which for the most part, I've had good luck with that. But I try to recreate them at home so we can always have them in a homemade version. When Alec is 2, which is my youngest, I only have 2. I have a teen and almost a toddler. We plan on going to Poland since I haven't visited in a long time, to visit family, but also the country, to travel around there. So I'm very excited about that. I just haven't gone in so many years. just life happened, and we were going to go back in 2020, but then the pandemic happened, and then everything shifted, and then we just haven't planned it since, but we definitely must visit. So they know my homeland. My husband is from Mexico, so we've already visited his family and explored around there, which we're actually also going to be going this year before Alec turns 1. So I will definitely be making travel videos. I have a passion for traveling, so you will see a lot of those videos on the channel. And just keep on going with these pierogies, and as you see, they're not all the same size as far as the filling, but really that doesn't matter. And somebody will have more a filling in pierogi, some will have less, but there will be plenty to eat and stuff our faces. But this dough is just great. I love it. As you see, nothing breaks. It closes so nicely. And the fact that I only do this once a year and not every year because I don't host every year, this just goes to show that even though I don't do it as much, I'm still able to do it without messing up. But the moment of truth will be when they go into the pot and start boiling. That's when you'll know if you got it. And start getting the water to boil because the water needs to be boiling. All right, so we're about to be done with our first 20 pierogies. All right, now I got the water boiling. You just drop the pierogies in, and I add a little bit of oil to the water. That is a little trick I learned, so that way they won't stick together. So I'm dropping a few at a time. And when they're ready, they will float. So I just have to wait for them to float now. I did also add a little bit of salt to the water previously. And some of them are starting to come up, but not quite yet. They need to be completely up. And as you see, none of them have opened up, so this is success. And I put a little bit of oil on top of the plate so that way they don't stick. I'll be freezing them, so you can freeze them because it's not Christmas yet, so I'm preparing this ahead of time so I don't have to be doing this last minute, which would be impossible in a day with all the dishes that we need to do. What I like to do the day of is saute them a little bit on oil with some onions. They are so good. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you'd like to see more videos like this, give me a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that bell button. Otherwise, I'm going to just finish up with the pierogies. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll try to answer them as fast as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.